She's a singer, she's a songwriter, she plays 11 instruments. She's from Rockwall, Texas, and she now lives in Nashville, Tennessee. I am thrilled to have our guest, Erin Kinsey, on the show today. We're going to play a short clip of her song.
Someday, pink will just be a color, not a ribbon to remember, a best friend or a mother. Someday, you won't have to put a wig on, and a baseball cap will just be a hat. Not something to hide under, 'cause your hair is gone. Someday's coming in me. You gotta believe without seeing. You gotta keep going, keep breathing. When you face a day that feels like you're gonna break, lean on the ones that love you, the guardian angels above you, and think about where pink is just another color.
Wow, what a song.
Thank you.
When I first heard that song, as you know, Erin, going through breast cancer, and that song, I mean, I listen to it all the time, and it's still just, it's so emotional. It just brings tears.
Oh, thank you so much. It's definitely something I am very, very, very proud of.
Thank you so much for being on the show. It means so much. And I just so look forward to really finding out how you collaborated this song, with Victoria Shaw and Jodi Marr and yourself, the three of you collaborating with 5 amazing singers, Dolly Parton and Monica and Rita Wilson and Sarah Evans and Jordan Sparks, my favorite. So I can't wait to hear all about, yourself and how you got started.
Well, thank you so much for having me on. I'm super excited to be here and be able to talk about the song. I'm sure, as you know, February is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So gearing up for that, I'm super excited or just Cancer Awareness Month. So I'm super excited to gear up and push it again in February and then again at Mother's Day. And I mean, congratulations on your battle going and you winning that battle. I know that must have been so tough, and like it is for so many women. And this is just a song that we've been able to see, how many lives we've been able to see it touch just in the last 4 months, I think, maybe even 3. It's been crazy to see the impact it's been able to have.
How were you able to collaborate with the 2 legend songwriters on this song? How did the idea come about? I know talking with your manager, Amy Fisher, and her going through breast cancer, but how did you actually connect with those 2 legend songwriters, the 3 of you, to write this amazing song?
Well, I actually got connected with Victoria through Amy. So I had a ride on the books with her, and she brought in her friend Jodi Marr, who is super talented. They both are. Victoria has written hits like The River for Garth Brooks, so no small win. It's definitely a legend. And Jodi Marr has written songs for huge pop artists all around the world. So getting in the room with them was very nerve-wracking. But I walked in that right a little bit heavy-hearted, because my manager had just told me, Amy, had just told me that she had been in a battle with breast cancer for the last year and didn't tell anyone. Everyone has their way of coping with things. And for Amy, she just wanted to, hunker down and beat it on her own. But me learning that, me working with Amy that entire year, having no idea, I couldn't help but go in that right and want to do something about it. So Victoria obviously noticed that something was off, because she knew me before that day. And I kind of told her what had been going on, why I was again, a little bit off. And she told me that she had a title she had been saving, that someday pink would just be another color. And she said she actually came up with it while she was watching a Susan G. Komen ad. And she said that she thought to herself, someday we won't have to wear pink garments. We won't have to have pink license plates. We won't have to wear pink. It will just not be a thing anymore.
Did the three of you all come up with the different lines, or how did that happen?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the lines came from our conversations. Again, I walked in finding out that I hadn't been able to be there for Amy. So my goal was saying everything I wish I could have said to Amy. And Victoria and Jodi both had gone through the battle, not themselves, but with close friends and family members. So it was all things that we had witnessed, things we wanted to say. And that being said, I don't think any of us truly realized the impact it would have until Amy heard it after the write. Again, none of us going through it directly. We played it for Amy as she was picking me up because I was 18, so I couldn't drive a rental car. So Amy was picking me up from the appointment, and we said we wanted to play her a song. So she was just brought to tears, and we were all really nervous because our entire goal was to write a song of hope. So when she started crying, we were like, oh no, what if we didn't do our job? We wrote this depressing song. But she said, I could see this being played while women are getting their treatments and it giving them the hope they need to hang in there and to stay strong. And again, the responses that we've gotten from social media, what we've seen, women like Dolly Parton and Jordan Sparks who have such a big following, those comments they're getting about women, being reminded to go in and get their mammograms by hanging on a little bit harder to their battle, by reaching out to their family members and, just reaching out more to people who are going through the battle. It's been really, really amazing and really touching to see what this song has been able to do for people going through it, but also for people who are walking through it with someone else.
Right. I know it. As I mentioned, it had a big impact on me. I saw it on a lot of my social media and the private groups for women that are going through breast cancer, and thanking all the family and friends and all the support that go through that all. It's been great. And I'm out there too spreading the word for, all women to get their mammograms and to get the 3D mammogram, because without that, the 2D mammogram would not have found mine. So I'm out there on a mission to get the 3D mammogram. But thank you so much for that song. It's great. I wanted to go on if you have a little bit more time. I'm thrilled that you're from Rockwall, Texas, and country music is dear to my heart. I've always been a huge fan of Winona and Reba and all of them. I've always loved country music. Tell us how you got started and what's your drive? You have done so much at such a young age. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Well, I mean, again, growing up in Texas, and especially in a small town in East Texas, I definitely loved country music. It was all that was playing in, the car, the kitchen, anywhere we went, country music was playing. And again, like with Reba and Winona, like having those strong country women role models was such a big deal for me, to be able to look up to them and say, I could do that. I could get up on a stage and sing my heart out and write these songs about what I'm going through. And I don't think there was another option on the table for me, music-wise and genre-wise. But I started going back and forth from Nashville when I was about 13. And sometimes the Lord just opens up paths, and I felt like I was just meeting new people every time I was coming, and people jumping on board and helping me. And that's really the Nashville and Texas community. I've since moved to Nashville, but only because I do feel like a lot of the people in Nashville are just as friendly and kind, and that Southern hospitality as Texas. I would never give that up. And the Nashville community is a lot like Texas.
That's great. What are some of your 2021 plans? We're hoping like everyone, that we can, concerts are coming back. And do you have any scheduled for later on in this year that we can come see you?
Well, I don't have anything scheduled yet. I mean, there's some stuff in the air. If the Nashville Rock and Roll Marathon happens again, I will be performing at that, which will be a super fun show. Last year, the plans were kind of to do it festival style, so there would be a lot of food trucks, and I don't know exactly what this year will look like because it is in April, so it's a little bit earlier on in the year. But I'm really hoping that we can do that, and it would be such a fun event. And it's also for St. Jude. So again, getting to do something for so much bigger than me, it makes it so much more fun. But some of my plans for 2021 is I'm trying to get in the studio and get some music out this year, hopefully. It's been something I have been a little bit nervous about and have become kind of a perfectionist in the process of waiting so long. So I'm really excited to, bite the bullet and get in there and get some music out and be able to see what it does.
Oh, that's great. Well, we hope to see you perform here soon. Just a quick question. What advice do you have for, maybe some younger people looking to get into songwriting and singing?
Well, I mean, now you can learn anything on YouTube. You can learn anything on TikTok. You can learn anything on Instagram. So, I mean, if you're interested in that, you should absolutely try it. Go get yourself a $100 guitar off of Amazon. Probably you could overnight it. And just spend the time and see if you like it. I mean, I ended up falling in love with music and I had no idea I would. So it's definitely worth giving a shot, I think. And just spend your time where your passions lie. I think being young and being able to take advantage of that time and find the things you love, that's never going to leave you. So it's not going to be a waste of time.
Oh, that's great advice. I wanted to ask you earlier, did you have a chance to meet Dolly and some of the stars? We're going to play a clip here at the very end of you singing with Rita and Victoria, but
Yeah.
Did you have a chance to meet the 5 of them?
Well, I didn't get to meet all 5 of them because of all the COVID restrictions. And actually, because of COVID restrictions, we were able to get some artists that we didn't know we might have not normally been able to because they could just record it in their own home studios. So most people that would have been on tour or super, super busy, we were kind of able to take advantage of COVID and get to them. And obviously once they heard the song, they really wanted to be involved. But yeah, I got to meet Rita Wilson. She was the only one I got to meet in person. And I got to perform with her at the Grand Ole Opry, which that was my Opry debut. I can't imagine having a better debut. It was everything I've ever dreamt of. I mean, actually, I never could have dreamt of it now that I think of it. But I mean, I never would have wanted anything else with such an impactful song, with a songwriter I love, with an artist and songwriter I have admired forever. So it was definitely a beautiful moment I will always remember.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, thanks again. I thoroughly enjoyed talking to you. When I heard the song, I don't know if I mentioned in an email, but I love the song so much that I found Dolly Parton's address. I was writing her a letter, which is odd, and then I saw you on another interview. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to get a hold of her. And so yeah.
That's amazing. Well, I mean, I hope you get Dolly too. That would be awesome. I mean, thank you so much for having me. I love getting to talk about this song and talk to, again, women that have fought it themselves. And I'm so happy for you that you are now getting in recovery. And I'm praying for you every step of the way. And thank you so much for telling me what Pink has meant to you, because it's definitely why I love this business.
Thanks again. I love it. We're going to finish here with you singing at the Grand Ole Opry with Rita Wilson and Victoria Shaw, singing the song Pink, and go donate to the Susan G. Komen. And thanks again. I really appreciate it. Erin, have a great day.
Thank you so much. You too.
Someday, pink will just be a color, not a ribbon to remember a best friend or a mother. Someday, you won't have have to put a wig on, and a baseball cap will just be a hat, not something to hide under, 'cause your hair's gone.
Someday is coming any day.
You gotta believe without seeing, gotta keep going, keep breathing. When you face a day that feels like you're gonna break,
Lean on the ones that love you, the guardian angels above you, and think about when pink is just another color. Someday your time will be your own time. No waiting rooms or doctor's news that make you wanna cry.
someday we're gonna have a party, we'll pop pink balloons with people who know love can be an army. It's an army. Someday is coming any day.
You gotta believe without seeing. You gotta keep going, keep breathing.
When you face a day that feels like you're gonna break, lean on the ones that love you, the guardian angels above you, and think about when pink is just another color. Just another color. Someday, and it's coming any day.
You gotta believe without seeing.
You gotta keep going, keep dreaming. When you face a day that feels like you're gonna break,
You gotta believe without seeing. You gotta keep going, keep breathing.
when you face a day that feels like you're gonna break,
Lean on the ones that love you, the guardian angels above you.
and think about when pink is just another color. Ooh.
Just another color.
Just another color.